Three-time champ Steph Curry has agreed to a 4-year, $215 million contract extension with the Warriors, making him the first player in history to sign two $200 million-plus contracts. This deal ties Curry to the Warriors through the rest of his prime and solidifies the franchise's pursuit of a fourth NBA title with a core that includes all-stars Klay Thompson and also Draymond Green. That is a lot of money. Good for him getting the bag. So, Sam, I got to ask you now, are the Warriors a threat to win the West? Because right now you're betting on the Lakers, it sounds like.
I am, and the Warriors aren't a threat to win the West. Now, I'm high on the Warriors. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. I think they've done great in the offseason. Nemanja Bjelica, they've got this stretch big who can shoot the ball. So I like what the Warriors are doing, but I'm still high on the Lakers. Once again, and not even the Lakers. I'm high on the West. Like, the West is strong. So you've got Utah, you've got Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, you've got Phoenix, who's still getting better. I believe that Chris Paul is going to play at a high level. I believe that you're going to see Mikal Bridges come in and help. I believe you're going to see DeAndre Ayton play better. I believe that Phoenix is still there. You've got Utah. Let's not forget about Memphis, who beat in the play-in Golden State. And so I believe that Golden State, they're getting there, but I don't think they can get over the hump right now. I am high on Golden State, but I still think there are 3, maybe even 4 teams that are better than them in the Western Conference.
Well, I appreciate your points. I think they're good ones, but I think you're a little too high on something if you think they don't have a shot to win the West. Sam, I get high on the NBA. Look, you look at this team right now with 3 future Hall of Famers. Now, I'm presuming Klay comes back as Klay, okay? Great two-way player, no one in the history of the NBA capable of getting hotter than Klay. Think about that. He had a season where he dropped 26 in one quarter, and that was his second best quarter of that year because he had a 37-point quarter, which is the all-time record, and he did it on no dribbles. Klay, if Klay comes back and is Klay Thompson, and there's Steph and there's Dre, there's their core, right? That's what makes the Warriors the Warriors. Now, what if they added to that? Because Andrew Wiggins, the former number 1 overall pick, was, I don't know if you call him a bust, but he was a disappointment, right? You can't say, at a certain point, you have to stop measuring him compared to the expectations of being picked number 1 overall. Was he a good player, both ends of the floor last year? Yeah, he was. And he could shoot it too. And he could play defense. And he's super athletic, and he's in his physical prime. That's 4 guys. That is an above average starter at a position where it's hard to find that, okay? Now, Wiseman, Pascal, Poole, they added 2 young athletic guys who aren't going to see a lot of minutes presumably now, but it's fresh legs off the bench with talent. You tell me that those guys don't have a chance in the West? Oh, they got a chance, Sam. They got a chance. You got to give them a chance.
But are you picking them, Max? Are you picking them over LA? You're making a lot of presumptions, which I respect, right? You're presuming that Brooklyn's healthy. You're presuming that Klay comes back as Klay. Those are a lot of presumptions, right? Let's assume as well that Jamal Murray comes back healthy with the Joker, the league's MVP. If we add those teams in, that's a lot. That's a lot. So, yes, they have a chance, but you're talking about them beating LA, beating Utah, beating Denver. That's a lot to ask when there are a lot of presumptions that you're making.
You're right, but you named teams with a chance. Look, we both like the Lakers out of the West, right? Okay, there's a presumption.
Yep.
I'm presuming we both like the Lakers out of the West, assuming health, right? Okay. Does Denver have a shot? Check. Yes, they got a shot. Does Phoenix have a shot? Yes, they got a shot. Clippers don't have a shot because they ain't got Kawhi, so we can put them aside. Do the Warriors have a shot? I'm not talking about the Portland Trailblazers. I'm talking about Steph, Klay, Dre, Wiggins, and all these young guys they have. They don't have a shot, but Denver does, and the Phoenix Suns do?
The Phoenix Suns, Max, you're talking about the Phoenix Suns that just went to the NBA Finals, the Phoenix Suns that many of us thought would win the NBA Finals, Max.
Lucky.
Yes, they have a shot, but you're presuming a lot. You're presuming health. Klay hasn't been healthy in a couple years, right? We saw what Golden State is with an unhealthy Klay. Better yet, without Klay. They didn't even make the NBA playoffs. They lost in the play-in tournament to the Memphis Grizzlies. And yes, I'm high on Ja Morant, so I'm not trying to talk down on Memphis. But you're presuming so much. And I don't live my life, and I don't know how you live your life, Max, right? We're doing this first show together, me and you. I love it.
Sam. I live it pretty well.
I don't live my life. You live it based off presumptions. You be presuming a lot. Let me presume that, today's no rain. You can't just presume things. Go on history. Go on stats.
Let's go on history. Real quick, let's go on history. I know we have some breaking
news.
Let me just say, Phoenix went to the finals. They were favored to win. That only happened because first AD went down because they were down 2-1.
Yes.
You brought it up before. And then Kawhi
Yes.
didn't play at all. Or else no finals for Phoenix. If the Nets didn't get hurt, no finals for the Bucks. The Phoenix wouldn't have gotten out of the first round had the Lakers not been hurt, okay? So don't tell me the Warriors have no shot against Phoenix.
Max, let's not forget, Phoenix had the second best record in the West. So
Yeah,
let's not
they're
act like
excellent.
Phoenix
The
just
West is a
stumbled
beast.
upon. Let's not act like they stumbled upon this victory. They accidentally made it to the finals. Phoenix is good. Phoenix is solid. And we saw some of their superstars didn't play well. I think DeAndre Ayton will play better. I think that will happen, right? I think Devin Booker, it's not a presumption.
Just
I think
concede
Devin
the
Booker.
argument. You
he
could just say,
struggled.
you know
I think
what, you're
he'll play
right. They have a shot. It's okay.
No one
Sorry.
concedes any arguments on this
no
show,
shot.
Tom. We know that much.
Okay. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.